Welcome to the historic Granbury, Texas. And this is the courthouse. And we're here today to see if we can find the grave of Jesse James, the outlaw. This is a beautiful downtown area. They have a gazebo here on the courthouse grounds. And here's the other side of the Granbury Square. Nut House Hotel. And across the street is the old theater. Granbury Live. They still have shows there. This is downtown Granbury. Granbury has a beautiful lake. We're out here at the public boat ramp. No swimming. There's a highway that goes across the lake. This is very peaceful and beautiful out here. Look at the houses over there. Our next stop is Granbury Cemetery, and we're looking for the grave of Jesse James. This is Granbury Cemetery in Granbury, Texas. And we're looking for the grave of Jesse James. Now, history tells us that the outlaw Jesse James was shot and killed by Robert Ford on April 3rd, 1882 in Kearney, Missouri. His motive was to get the reward money. Ford was pardoned by the Missouri governor. Jesse James was identified and buried in Kearney, Missouri. Look at this old tree. Now another account states that Jesse James faked his death and moved to Texas, and that he also lived in Oklahoma. In his final days, he moved to the Granbury area, and as a younger man, he worked as a railroad contractor under the name of J.W. Gates, or J. Frank Dalton. He died at the age of 107. He revealed his true identity to Sheriff Orrin C. Baker shortly before his death. Now this cemetery has signs that show you how to get to Jesse James's grave. And you go on Cemetery Circle, and then you go follow the circle all the way around till you see the sign that says Jesse James Grave. After Jesse's death, Sheriff Baker examined the body and counted 32 bullet wounds, a rope burn scar on his neck, healed wounds on both feet, and a missing end to his index finger, all which would be Jesse James. Sheriff Baker concluded that this man was Jesse Woodson James, the outlaw from Missouri. Now I followed the road around to this sign that says Jesse James Grave, and there's an arrow pointing at the grave. And we can see it from here. Now this is Father Lovelace Otto Van Zandt and Mother Lydia Viola Van Zandt. But we're looking for Jesse Woodson James. Jesse Woodson James, September 5th, 1847 to August 15th, 1951. Supposedly killed in 1862. Look at all this memorabilia here. There's even a key on here. Now, a DNA attempt was done in February of 2000. It was not conducted when workers discovered the grave was incorrectly marked. The casket dug up was metal and not wood. Jesse James was in a wood casket. The body that was discovered was Henry Holland. Residents said that Dalton's headstone had been stolen several times over the years, leading to the confusion of the location of the grave. And right next to Jesse Woodson James is William Henry Holland, October 4th, 1882, May 10th, 1927. So we really don't know which plot he's in, but these are the gravestones of Jesse Woodson James and William Henry Holland. And to see the rest of the cemetery, so you can get an idea where this is, you look for this little fence here. Now way in the background is a cell tower and a building, old building. W.H. Holland's arm was amputated at age 13 after falling out of a pecan tree. His arm is buried between his infant siblings that died. Now when they opened the casket for Mr. Holland, he was missing an arm. And I found his arm on this side of the cemetery. See these 3 boxes here for Holland. It's the middle one, and it's very hard to read. But it says arm of, and it's real hard to read, but that's what it is. So we've solved the mystery.